Hello everyone and welcome back to From the Depths of Music Cargo. We're here aboard the Thousand Sunny and everything is looking a little bit colorful, but that's alright. Let's get into it because we've done some retrofitting. Now the first thing you will notice is that there's a stairway here. Now we can get out of the bridge and out onto the deck. The deck is much larger, and what do you think? Take a look at that. Try to draw a little bit of inspiration from the ship that this is named after, which is of course the Thousand Sunny from One Piece. Anyway, almost everything on the ship is completely new. The only things that remain from the prior version is the actual bridge itself with the AA setup. It's dead, and these little docks here. Everything else is completely new. Had to replace the whole deck because I had to change its height. Had to go over the armor scheme and all that stuff. I literally tore off everything under the deck. I tore off, and then I rebuilt the underside, and then I tore off the deck and I rebuilt that. So literally all of it is new. Let's go over the armor scheme because I'm pretty sure people are going to be interested to know what I've done. Basically, everything important is behind a layer of heavy armor poles, because this functions as spaced for terms of hesh and heat. So layer of heavy armor to absorb EMP, to protect it, to absorb heat and hesh. And then other than that, we're going mostly alloy. Now alloy is a notable amount worse than metal, but it's so light compared to metal. So we've got an outer shell of metal, and then we've got 3 layers of alloy where we have anything important. I covered the propulsion in the last time, but just to reiterate, there is 8 blocks of space in front of each of these propellers so they can give full thrust despite being in the middle of the craft. So going with that. And what else? The deck is also armored. 2 layers of light alloy before the layer of reinforced wood, because yeah. And then the front, it should cut right through the water. Pretty sleek, hopefully pretty good on the drag. Speaking of drag, this is another trick that I learned. I've done a lot of double hull designs in the past, and having this where the hulls meet, you can either leave it completely empty, but I feel like that's a waste. Anyway, the difference here is the drag between going for something like this and going for the setup that's behind it, which is of course wedges. Now, the big difference here is where the force is dissipated. So if I were to follow this 45-degree slope all the way up, and I tried going forward, my craft would pretty much immediately pitch up really hard, because that's what this drag profile does. So what I can do with this is you can dissipate a lot of that force a little bit off to the sides. It helps keep you stable, and it makes you go fast. Speaking of, there's one thing I noticed that I forgot. So we're going to hop in here really quick, and we're going to plop down one of these air pumps in this container. And that should raise us quite a bit out of the water. Now let's check out the speed, because the last one was not very fast. So let's get into the driver's seat and floor it. 30, oh my word, up to 37. Alright. Yeah, so she sits quite high out of the water at times. Definitely a little light on the front end, but that can always be fixed. She's rather fast, so quite happy with that. It's worth noting that in terms of upgrades from last time, we really haven't changed our offensive capability at all. We've drastically improved our armor, and we've drastically improved our speed, and our RTGs and stuff used to be protected by a single layer of reinforced wood. They're now in a heavy armor casing, so we're a fair bit more defensive, but we're not actually going to be able to take on too many dangerous things yet. We're missing the ability to bite back, basically, and so yeah, I'm a little nervous about that. We do have some upgrades that we can make, so we can upgrade these quad 40mm guns to octuple. That's going to cost us 2,500 per, and currently we're a little light on resources. So, yeah. I'm going to do some ACB work behind the scenes to make it so that I can control more docks from my command stations, but other than that, we're basically ready to go. So I'll be back when we're ready to go through a portal. Alright, here we are with some additional buttons. Now I had to fine tune these and go through and rename a whole bunch of ACBs, and it probably took me about 35 minutes to figure out exactly what I was doing wrong. And I'm still running into an issue. Whenever I load up the adventure, some of my resource buoys get a loading error where they're like not where the game thinks they should be, and so some of them despawn. I had two here in a save, and I loaded back in, and it basically said it couldn't find them. So, yeah. Anyways, we've got an ACB set up to spawn resource buoys. Okay, maybe we should tune this up a little bit. There we go. We're missing two, so I'll go ahead and make two. And then I just gotta get these set up. Alright, wonderful. So now we have our resource buoys. Now to go over, this is for decoration. The one on the left I should really know this before I start fiddling with this. Yeah, one on the left drops all buoys, the one on the right recalls all buoys. I'm doing the same scheme over here, so the one on the left releases all mosquitoes, and the one on the right calls them all back. This ACB over here spawns a fresh resource buoy, in case any get destroyed or in case I want to make more. This is a mimic for control. So I've got all that set up. And these ACBs can also be used to drop and recall. And this can also be used to spawn a fresh one. So, I have the ability... Oh, yeah, and then I've also got a pair of the Skeeter ACBs up here. So, whichever room I'm using to command the thing from, I have the ability to mess with all of the buoys, spawn more buoys, and mess with all of the Skeeters. So, yeah. Got that all set up. If anyone knows what the issue is, where if I save the adventure mode, leave, and come back, and it says it can't find my sub-vehicles, if you guys know how to fix that, I'd really like to have it fixed. Because right now, it's only happening with these buoys, but I'm concerned that it might start happening with, like, these things. It might start happening with my combat sub-vehicles, and that would not be ideal, so... yeah, if anyone knows what's up or how to stop it, I'd greatly appreciate that. Anyway, I'm gonna go pick a portal to go through, and I'll reconvene on the other side of that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the adventure mode. Now we are paused because something super dangerous has spawned in. Basically, I was fiddling with some ACBs trying to get this set up so that I could automatically dock it and undock it. And I got one sorted out how I wanted it. And then I saved the game. And that was right here, about 0.1 seconds ago. Turns out we have this thing closing in on us. Now, this thing, if you don't know what it is, I remember this because the Grey Talons kick my ass whenever I fight them. This thing is terrifying. This thing is a 775,000 material monster with 4 railguns on either side of it and a huge volley of missiles. It also has sonar things that it drops down. So this thing will be able to see us no matter what we do. I don't know how we're gonna survive this, but initially I'm going to salvage all of the Skeeters and attempt to convert us into a submarine real quick. That is we're in survival mode now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this as the 1000 Sunny, and then we're just going to start hard retrofitting everything. Hello everyone, Futures of Cargo here. This process took quite a bit of time and did not give very good footage. Building while in pause mode is a little wonky. It works, but it's ugly. So I'm just going to skip forward to when I've coated the thing in lead and I'm ready to unpause. God, I don't want to unpause this. Full reverse. Yeah, no, please no, please stop it. Thank you. Thankfully, a lot of it is bouncing. As it gets more and more over top of us, less and less of it is going to bounce. I'm gonna try to give it the wiggle. I guess the best thing that we can hope to do is going to be survive until something else spawns to challenge this. And hopefully that thing can't see submarines. God, what did we do to invoke this thing? Why? Am I even safe at all? Safe is not the right word there, but do I stand any chance? We are on the bottom of the ocean, and these shells do not care. Futures of Cargo here with a little bit of an annotation. In the adventure mode, the ocean is only 500 meters deep at all times. So what you're seeing is the floor of the ocean. You're seeing my craft go through the floor of the ocean. There's basically a soft wall. You can't go any deeper than this. And yeah, this hurts to watch, by the way. Okay, we can survive most of its damage by doing the wiggle. I don't know if it's reloading or if it lost us. Alright, so something peculiar had happened here. I don't know if it's because its railguns take forever and a half to reload or what's going on, why it stopped shooting, but it did stop shooting. So at this point, I start trying to rebalance my craft a little bit and think of ways to get out of it. So far, I haven't made any weapons because I'm just sitting here thinking, that is a 775,000 craft. I should save everything I have for repairs and I should just run. That's it. That's the only thing I should be trying to do. I should just run. But now that it's not shooting, I start thinking about ways to fight back. What could we do that would stand any chance at taking this thing down? We're looking at heavy armor encased jets. It's just a block of heavy armor. I don't think there's anything we could do to take that down. We might be able to wait it out. So what I'm thinking right now is it's draining materials just flying. It might be possible for us to quite literally just wait this out. It'll take hours, like IRL hours, but it might actually be possible. So I've been trying to avoid time lapses, but this felt like an appropriate use for one. I decided that I need to do something. I don't know exactly if this will work. I don't know if it has strong anti-missile defenses. It definitely has flares all over the top of it, and it definitely has munition sensors and stuff all over the bottom. But I'm thinking mines might be able to hit it. So I threw together a couple pods of mines on either side of the craft, and oh, it looks like we're coming up on the end of their lifespan, so they'll have to hit soon. But they are connecting. They're also all flying right into that bank of jets that's keeping it flying. Hang on a second. There's potential here. If we end up killing it this way, oh my god. No. I can't tell if I'm gonna be happy that this worked or really sad. So I get this idea that those medium missile mines, they're breaking apart metal, they're scratching the surface, they're doing a little bit of damage. They might take out a jet every now and then, but they're just not big enough. We need to go bigger. Now, I've never used huge missiles. I've actually never used large missiles. I tend to use medium and small pretty much exclusively. So this is my first test with the huge missile. I'm going to throw together a little mine here. Basically a reverse depth charge. I'm going to sit in the bottom of the ocean and I'm going to fling explosives into the sky. And we'll see if that works. Alright, here we go. Off with the first mine. We're on 3 times speed, because otherwise this video would go on for hours. I'm just gonna chop it down to a lot of the little bits. I made this, I'm dubbing this the candy launcher. Come on. Come on, Mr. Hunchback, just eat the candy. You know you want to. Look, the candy's your friend. Just eat it. Eat the candy! Thank you. Alright, so here we are about 20 minutes later. Now, I ran into this problem where a warden spawned, and the Hunchback immediately flew off to go fight it. So I've done a little bit of work on the vehicle, removing some lead, adding some propellers to the top and the bottom. I've stabilized our roll, and I've stabilized our pitch, and I've dropped some lead, so I've dropped some weight, so we're able to actually maneuver along the sea floor now, and I've added a second candy dispenser. So now we're just on our way over to this standoff. The warden and this thing have been fighting for a while now. The Hunchback has been firing a large cluster missile at it with no missiles in the cluster part. So it's just an empty shell, physical damage missile that does barely anything, but it's been tearing up the warden, and the warden has been firing into space to arc fire onto a helicopter. Neither of these are particularly efficient strategies, but this is the fight that's been going on for the past 20 minutes. Alright, so here we are a few minutes later on very fast speed, just watching. We finally got within mine range of the warden, so we're just sitting there, we're dropping candy. The warden is enjoying our candy, and yeah. Once the warden's gone, the candy should be able to focus back on the Hunchback, and it should get a lot closer to us how it was before. So, yeah. And actually, with the resources this gives us, we might be able to set up a third candy dispenser. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, so he's been chilling over there for quite a while. I've got a whole bunch of candy in the water, and I'm going to be backing up now. He should, here in a minute, come and close the distance on us. And, yeah, come eat the candy. You know you wanna. Just eat the candy. It's yummy. I promise you will not regret eating this candy. I feel like this is a good time to mention, if you like candy, please like and subscribe to the video. And let me know in the comment section what your favorite type of candy to feed crafted from the depths is. Eat the candy. You know, I legitimately never thought that I would be reverse depth charging something using a submarine to mine the skies. Oh god, what is that? I don't know what that thing is. Oh no! Oh, the Hunchback can't fight back. That's fine. As long as it just has air-to-air missiles, I'm not concerned about it. What? It's down! The Hunchback is down. I repeat, the Hunchback is down. We fed it candy until it sank into the ocean. Oh my god, we're victorious. Alright. So, that other craft, I did take a look at it. It doesn't seem to be able to see us or hurt us. So, for the most part, as long as we stay as a submarine, that thing won't pick a fight with us. Hopefully, it'll distract anything that it can. I've been Zacargo. This has been a lot of fun. It took a couple of hours to do that, but I don't care. That was a blast. I didn't intend the pun, but there you go. Anyways, I'll see you next time. Maybe we'll be able to bring this thing back up to the surface. We're definitely going to be heading for that green portal over there, and I know it's flying, but we'll find a way. Life finds a way. Anyways, I'll see you next time.